Will South Carolina become a Second Amendment sanctuary state? The unconstitutional Firearm Owner Identification Act of Illinois is under the gun again. And our 2A for today modern militiaman spotlight is on Damian Austin out of Savannah, Georgia, who fulfilled his duty and expressed his Second Amendment right to help local law enforcement, but clamps on a perp suspected of raping a woman in a Kroger bathroom. Welcome to 2A for today. Two A for Today is a program where we explore all things Second Amendment, all things that protect, threaten, and violate the Second Amendment rights of all Americans. From unconstitutional executive orders and legislation, judicial tyranny and overreach, to how you can get trained and be better prepared to defend yourself, your family, your neighbors, and your rights. So, if the Second Amendment is important to you, make sure to subscribe to the New American Magazine and get on the 2A for Today mailing list so that you can get an email alert anytime we upload a video or stream a live event. My name is Zoe Warren and I'm the host of 2A for Today. First up on the docket, will South Carolina become a Second Amendment sanctuary state? Well, tucked within a cluster of unconstitutional barriers to bearing firearms openly is a beautiful nugget of law that reasserts the strength of the Attorney General of South Carolina to protect the citizens of the state from having the state weaponized against them to enforce any law, treaty, executive order, rule, or regulation issued by the federal busybodies in D.C. related to an individual's right to keep and bear arms enshrined in the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. Anything that limits or proscribes carrying concealable weapons, whether concealed or openly carried. It's the open carry law. It's now out of the Senate, back to the House. In short, if the Attorney General renders an opinion that any federal action is a trespass of the God-given rights of the citizens of South Carolina to conceal or openly carry weapons, then no public funds, personnel, property, official, agent, or employee of the state of South Carolina or any political subdivision of it will be able to implement, enforce, or attempt to enforce said trespass. Now, it's baby steps to constitutional carry, but the South Carolina legislature has put its big boy pants on and have given their Attorney General the honor and power due, the position to preserve the liberty of the people of South Carolina. Next up, the unconstitutional Firearm Owner Identification Act of Illinois is under the gun again. A 2017 case out of Illinois has brought a terrible 50-year-old bit of legislation back into the sights of Second Amendment advocates. The Firearm Owner Identification Act was enacted in 1968, and it requires law-abiding citizens of Illinois to apply with the Illinois State Police for an FOID card in order to legally own a firearm. But back at the end of April 2021, Judge T. Scott Webb of White County ruled that the FOID card makes criminals out of law-abiding citizens who are attempting to protect their lives within their homes. Vivian Brown was arrested in 2017 after her estranged husband called the sheriff's department and reported that she was shooting a gun inside of her rural home. When officers arrived, they discovered a rifle in Brown's bedroom, but no evidence of any gun having been fired inside the home. Subsequently, Brown was charged with violating the FOID Card Act in that she possessed a firearm without a valid FOID card. Judge Webb continues, a citizen in the state of Illinois is not born with a Second Amendment right. Nor does that right inure when a citizen turns 18 or 21 years of age. It's a facade, wrote Webb. They only gain that right if they pay a $10 fee, complete the proper application, and submit a photograph. If the right to bear arms and self-defense are truly core rights, there should be no burden on the citizenry to enjoy those rights. He's right. Opponents of the judge's ruling claim that his decision is based on the argument that the FOID, and I quote, is taking guns away from law-abiding citizens. Jonathan Baum, a lawyer for the Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence, argues that Judge Webb's order will strip the state of the mechanism for determining who is abiding the law. So, All this does is deprive states of a critical tool for keeping guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them. I want to close it with Judge Webb's conclusion because it's brilliant. The burden should be on the state to demonstrate that a citizen has committed an act, thereby disqualifying them from being in the group of people that already possess a Second Amendment right. Instead, the opposite is true. Finally, our 2A for today modern militiaman spotlight is on Damian Austin out of Savannah, Georgia, who fulfilled his duty and expressed his Second Amendment right to help local law enforcement put clamps on a perp suspected of raping a woman in a Kroger bathroom. The Marine veteran chased down a man suspected of sexually assaulting a woman after shoppers at the Kroger grocery store, heard a woman screaming from the bathroom where she was being assaulted. The suspected perp tried to flee the scene, but Austin chased the man into the back of the nearby Ace hardware store, where he held him at gunpoint. Damian reports that a woman in the community brought him a large pack of zip ties from the store as well. When a modern militiaman stands up to protect his community, the community stands up with him. Police arrested the suspect and identified him as 25-year-old Gregory Hawthorne. The Ace hardware store manager even expressed appreciation for Damian's bravery by gifting him a $100 gift card. Now, I'm sure that Damian didn't do it for the money, but our community owes a great debt of gratitude for men and women like Damian, who take up the duty given to us by God and protected by the Second Amendment. Now that concludes our program for today, but again, in the coming weeks and months, 2A for Today, we'll be talking to expert scholars, trainers, and all forms of gun right activists and Second Amendment proponents to answer the many questions that we all have and unpack the various laws and trespasses of our rights that have already been enacted and those that are on the horizon. Again, if the Second Amendment is important to you, make sure to subscribe to the New American Magazine and get on the 2A for Today mailing list so that you can get an email alert anytime we upload a video or stream a live event. And share these videos with your family and friends who feel the same, or those that are riding the fence between liberty and tyranny who need a little more convincing. You've been watching 2A for Today. My name is Zoe. Post your comments or your questions and we'll try to address as many as we can, as fast as we can in the coming weeks and months. Thank you for watching 2A for Today.